Overseas.
Overseas.
Overseas. Overseas. Overseas.
Do you remember back when you were just getting your pilot's license and you and I would sit there and would talk about all those overseas trips we would take and stuff?
You keep your market here, but by adding overseas sales, you could more than double your current profits.
You built quite the reputation.
And you should have stayed overseas. Overseas.
I thought about it.
Left a message, but he does a lot of business overseas. He may not even be in the country.
Since Strucker is overseas, I assume you report to someone else.
They're taking off.
Now, Strucker's overseas. I'd say that's probably where they're going.
Customer service representative with an Indian accent will create the impression we're a vast enterprise that uses overseas call centers.
Oh, very clever.
She's currently helping set up a secondary derivative market, which would allow overseas car firms to hedge their investments against potential advancements in battery technology.
I get that.
Is there anything else about your past I should know?
Couple of things, but most of them happened overseas. I'll tell you later.
Talk to Evan. Ask him if he knows this guy or anything about his dad's business. International contacts, overseas phone calls, anything that might be able to tie Roland to the Serbs.
Wait! I got $25 million in an overseas bank account. It's yours.
No, the father's overseas defending our country. And then something like this happens, man. It pisses me off.
Actor.
Actor. Actor.
Actor.
Actor.
No, that's not it. So, you're a soap actor. You're a soap actor. You're a soap actor. Well, this must be pretty exciting for you being in a real play,
Aida, what's going on? Your dad's firing me?
What?
He's hired an actor? An actor? An actor?
I'm not just an actor, Will. I practiced law for 42 years.
Guess who our neurologist is with?
Canning?
No, not Canning. Frank Michael Thomas.
What, the actor? The actor? The actor?
And the lawyer.
You think he's playing us?
If he is, he's a good
I
actor.
want you to think about it, Jazzy. Because if you're not department, are you wearing makeup?
Yes, I am. As of today, I am officially Joey Tribbiani, actor/model. Thank you. Hey, you guys.
Hey,
Guess what?
Hey.
I got a gig.
Oh, hey! See, that's why I could never be an actor, because I can't say gig.
Joey, I'm just saying, if you need something to hold you over, I can get you a job right here as an entry-level processor.
But don't you need experience for a job like that?
It's not that hard to learn. And as for people realizing that you have no idea what you're doing, hey, you're an actor. Act like a processor. People will think you're a processor.
I rode up in the elevator with him. Either he's the best actor in the world, or he had no idea this happened.
Okay, good. Be nice if he was innocent. He acted in a lot of capacities. At one point, he was even an actor.
Really? In what?
You can hire one of them.
And you can hire an actor to play the plaintiff.
So, how easy should we go on you?
Oh, Christ. Of course. Fucking Dean. You're the worst actor ever.
Bathe.
Bathe. Bathe.
Bathe.
Bathe. Let's see. I bathed in Arctic mountain water. Bathed in Arctic mountain water. Bathed in Arctic mountain water. While my Latin lover recited verse to me.
Dude, you can't see me? I'm invisible? This is totally radical. I will never have to bathe again. Bathe again. Bathe again.
Neighborhood destined for hell. And why do you still trek to Italy to pay good money to bathe in plain spring water?
You look like you slept in a soup kitchen urinal.
You look like you bathed in a dumpster behind the abortion clinic.
Oh, boo! I love your hatred. I bathe in it. It makes my beard grow.
I'm going to bathe your wound, but it's going to hurt. So, just listen to me, okay?
Where I come from, a simple thank you would suffice.
Where you come from, people bathe in the river, and use pine cones for money.
Come on, let's go.
King's blood build this house. Then let us bathe in it.
fun dad. You get to read and play games, and then I bathe and I...
That's right, I'm cool.
I love being bathed in the sink. Such a feeling of security.
Debt. Debt.
Debt. Debt.
Debt. Promptness. You have discharged your debt to me, debt to me, debt to me. You are free.
We're all well aware of what that oath has been worth. The fact remains, the debt is gone. The debt is gone. The debt is gone.
Remember, you owe me 18 cents.
The debt weighs heavily. The debt weighs heavily. The debt weighs heavily.
But it's good. It's fine because our countersuit, David, your debt problems will go away.
Why did I make it out when so many guys didn't? But I feel like there's this debt that I have to pay.
I will have fully repaid my debt to you as of my next excursion to the dry cleaners.
Actions cost you your purse. Until the debt is paid, I'm yours.
Your face saved my life. That is your debt to repay, not mine.
How is it possible?
It's kind of a long story. Let's just say that the debt Robin Hood owes you has been paid.
Protein.
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 It's protein shake. It's protein shake. Made with whey protein isolate.
I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah, well, you gotta get your protein somehow, right? Protein somehow, right? Protein somehow, right?
You're an asshole.
Calm down, okay? Let's get some protein in you before you pass out. Here,
response to photopigment protein and mus musculus.
Conversation about this rationally.
Well, we are. If you eat some meat, it's great protein for you.
What's TVP?
textured vegetable protein. It's not fried, Johnny. You wouldn't like it.
Drank. I found lots of whey protein isolate in his stomach, along with chocolate.
So a chocolate protein shake.
It'd be
We have certain antibodies, proteins, coagulants that make us...
What? How would you write? Protein. Excuse me? Protein. Protein? Well, you really peered into my soul. Okay.
Shutting down, or proteins breaking down, melting away.
There's a protein in our blood called osteopontin.
Stimulate.
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 Causing first to withdraw the fluid and then to inject the adrenaline to stimulate the heart, to stimulate the heart, to stimulate the heart and restore normal activity.
I find you a challenge. One that, in spite of all that you've done, continues to stimulate, stimulate, stimulate.
Active, then it's just a matter of finding the frequency that will stimulate the language center, that will stimulate the language center, that will stimulate the language center.
Then the dreamer could speak. He could describe his dream.
Fetch. Maybe it's the word fetch that doesn't resonate. Perhaps retrieve will stimulate some long dormant instinct.
What is this?
This is the recovery room. This bath stimulates white blood cells and speed up the process.
So you're feeling better?
Yeah, much better. I've been doing a lot of running on the treadmill here to try and get in shape and stimulate serotonin.
I need a project. I do. I need something to keep me stimulated, to keep me exercised. Well, look, this is it.
I maintain several files of unsolved cases to keep me stimulated when interesting work fails to come in, and this is one of them.
Only effective in the final stage.
So, what is the treatment?
We have to stimulate the central nervous system, and we can do that.
If you're not sufficiently stimulated by this investigation, do us both a favor and ask for transfer.
Okay, I would not mind a little one-on-one session with Jenna Kay. The thought does stimulate my imagination, too.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Vulnerable. Vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
One of the things we do is look at body language, and we found that sometimes when people are feeling vulnerable, they tend to cover their gonads.
Let me have it. Okay, fine. You are such a stubborn, ego-driven bastard. You are willing to let your company sink because you are too proud to be vulnerable, to be vulnerable, to be vulnerable. And by the way, you let me leave.
Wrong way. Too late.
Okay, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable. You're vulnerable like a puppy.
That's the question that needs to be asked. We are not sociopaths. We're vulnerable to qualms of conscience like anyone else.
It's hard to believe it's true. This is the tale of a master imposter who managed to lie his way into the United States and prey upon the most vulnerable of people.
Undercut the extent of injuries and try to reduce the award.
Yeah, but we're still vulnerable and punitive.
Luckily, they weren't important, but we could be vulnerable here.
Drive lead.
Lead truck in the convoy. It's the most vulnerable to a roadside bomb.
I'm sure you don't mean to terrorize everyone at such a vulnerable time.
No, I was just joking. I'm never vulnerable. Also a joke.
Protective of me? Why?
Yes. I mean, look at you. You're open and vulnerable and raw. It's like... If I were one, bringing this up would be pointless. It would make you vulnerable.
Your left flank is vulnerable.
Because he helped you, our clan is vulnerable. If the Reapers come, we can't even fight them off.
Frame. Frame. Frame.
Frame. Frame.
Unless you see it frame by frame, frame by frame, frame by frame.
Frame me? Frame me? Frame me? Really? You're better than that, Claire.
Oh, please, David. Nobody's framing you. I found it in your study.
This frame looks expensive.
On the window frame, on the window frame, on the window frame, in a wide diffuse pattern.
Something so vile.
It's a frame job. It's a frame job. It's a frame job.
It wouldn't be the first time you used someone to try to hurt her.
Put a poster up, put some shelves on the wall, frame a photo.
Incredibly fast at it. I find the frame, sometimes splicing to the point of,
You think someone's trying to frame me?
Man, I think someone's trying to bury me.
Colby tried to frame him for her murder. That's not his style.
In order to frame you, a person would need to know that you were there at that party 15 years ago.
This is the best frame we have.
Automobile.
Automobile. Automobile.
Automobile.
Automobile.
Honestly now, the profit of 4 tons of German automobile versus 4 tons of...
Detective, if you have another suspect in the automobile death, then you are to present him.
And at the end of his marathon with Cuddy. Seriously, man, have you ever actually driven an automobile before? There are 4 gears,
You know that, right?
Sir, I assure you this is a different automobile. Here, try it out.
Driving a rusty automobile. You don't pay it much mind.
Schrader,
Yes, why?
I'm sorry to inform you that your wife's been in an automobile accident. She's being airlifted to Los Ranchos Medical Center and should be arriving there shortly.
There's nothing to do here but drink. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Chasing down leads.
It starts stinking. Just don't scratch it.
Don't scratch the crushed automobile, which encases a rotting dead body.
Good.
I would never do something like that to this fine Italian automobile. Beautiful car. It's Italian. Bones, just remember that. Italians make the best automobiles.
When she was 8 years old, she was injured in a pre-1998 automobile, no airbags, when she was 13.
What? Wow.
I'm not sure.
Laterally on ribs 4 through 8.
I've seen this type of microfracturing before in automobile accidents.
Association.
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 Association. Association.
have spoken to the Judo Association, and they have no record of his national championship. You want to come with? Denver Pest Control Association puts on quite a do.
Is he here?
You're clearly not with the Biography Association.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Yeah, me and you, that's all that matters right now. I mean, Tracy could be an asset because she's a doctor, and maybe Buck knows how to work a rifle, but then again, I don't know if that's just some mental association I'm making because his name is Buck.
You know what? If you're gonna be like this, I don't need the association. Well, good, because neither do I. Yeah, neither do I.
Hands! The both of you!
He never did nothing!
He's guilty by association.
Hey, do you know what I-legal is? It's the Illinois Lesbian and Gay Law Association.
Rape is never funny. And the association of clowns and rape is just offensive.
North Korean dissidents?
Freedom fighters, Your Honor.
And due to their association with the NSA, Chum Hum has lost the contract to supply these freedom fighters with cell phones.
And other technologies? First, I'm just gonna give your mom a hug. Your association with my family is over.
Revolution.
Revolution. Revolution.
Revolution.
Revolution.
No one's saying it's going to be easy, but mark my words. The green energy revolution is going to dwarf the technology revolution. The technology revolution. The technology revolution.
With deepest respect, my message was so important I had no choice between two.
Revolution, revolution, revolution.
No, sir. Miss Marina's aunt.
They call themselves the Identity Brotherhood. They plan to use the salt mine as their base during the Second American Revolution, which is, they claim, imminent.
Or dusk. We'll wait for darkness, scale the side of the ship, and start a revolution. Start a revolution. Start a revolution.
Let me dance. From the Mexican Revolution?
I was reading in the books, and there is reference to one of these guys starting a revolution.
A revolution in Portland.
It might not be connected.
We could launch a revolution. Side by side.
I don't want your revolution.
And if cooking's his chosen path...
Good. I was just checking I wasn't inciting a revolution.
About the American struggle against the British during our revolution.
My grandfather fought in the revolution. China was poor then.
My wife got this for me when she visited there before the revolution.
There won't be a revolution because you freed one man.
Revolution sneaks up on you, one small step at a time.
Educate.
Educate. Educate. Educate.
Educate.
He educated himself purely by instinct.
Too educated, too educated, too educated. But now it seems they feel I'm too weak.
And gymnastics national champion.
Educated family, privileged upbringing. Unfair advantage?
And you need a well-educated woman to keep up with you.
Okay, let me educate you real quick. I am the gatekeeper. I'm the Grand Master, the authority.
Abraham Lincoln, a self-educated statesman who has abolished slavery.
And theological minds, obviously well-educated and extremely well-financed, who's...
To be lovely. Educated her and I developed her into what she is.
I was an educated woman, but I still had so much to learn.
Our goal is to observe people, educate them, and yes, it can take time.
Okay, here's who Thomas Farrow is on paper. Educated at Oxford, moved here from Britain in 2012.
Camel.
Camel. Camel. Camel. Camel.
My greasy will upon you under the tropical stars.
Send your camel to bed, damn it!
Daddy's on the phone. How are the camels? Camels.
Oh, well, the camels are fine.
When do I get to see you?
There are two species of camel. Neither is native to Australia. Some of the first camels brought into the country were for the Burke and Wills expedition in 1860.
Louder.
Today, there are over 50,000 feral camels across Australia.
Yeah.
Can we talk about my trip? My camels?
Your camels?
Yeah, our deal.
Don't worry about me. Just remember that you're a shovel full of sunlight and camel snot.
Chamoy.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah, seems real cool.
Joe Camel's cool.
This could be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Magistrate and his wife tracked what I believe to be a wilderman through Starksborough into the Camel's Hump Forest.
What, was it that bad? Well, did she go on about camel treks and yacht races, or did you have a fight with the goddess?
It's just, sir, Engine's got a camel, which I get, and Squad has got a badass three-headed dog.
Lion. Rhinoceros. Camel.
Good.
Actually, I will have a drag. What are you smoking?
Camel.
Treatment.
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 Your neurotransmitter levels are rising steadily.
Which means what?
The treatment is working. The treatment is working. The treatment is working.
I am sorry you no longer have a father, but my treatment of the masters was no crime.
So this is what my cold shoulder treatment feels like. Are you seriously giving me the silent treatment still? You know that hurts me.
Curing addiction doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. There are sex addiction programs and treatment centers that I can recommend. And
the policy on these matters is very clear. No special treatment.
Go, man. It's a nice movie.
I got a pass. Doc says I got one more treatment.
How'd you know that?
There's a tiny blue dot on the patient's head just below the hairline. That's a tattoo used to target radiation treatment, which means that the patient had brain cancer.
You won't heal, you'll require more treatment, and you won't be able to do your job.
I just don't want emotions ruling us. Maybe treatment isn't the way to go.
Get him killed. Can I just...
Maybe the treatment was a success.
It's not what I meant. I never imagined you and scrubbing, unless a spa treatment was involved.
The only treatment is fluid replacement and acetaminophen for the fever.
Sue.
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 We're gonna sue your ass. We're gonna sue your ass. We're gonna sue your ass. Everybody does.
Not suicidal.
I'm going to sue your whole lot for harassment. I'm going to sue your whole lot for harassment. I'm going to sue your whole lot for...
We'll sue the department for harassment. All right. Okay. We got it.
Whose sole ambition will be to sue the district attorney's office for wrongful arrest and reckless endangerment.
What the hell? You better have a warrant or we're gonna sue your ass. For...
Camera.
Camera.
Camera. Camera. Camera.
Sir, every camera in the city's dark.
Hey, maybe that's what our shooter was after. Would you recognize the guy you took that camera from?
Yeah, sure. We did the bump and grab.
If you don't believe me at all, why did you come here?
Because Neil has a camera with my son's name on it. How?
Okay, well, a victim's room was searched. There was no camera equipment, so it's highly unlikely that he was a paparazzi.
Incredible.
All right, so I just figured out why Alex's camera was on this whole time.
You like it?
We do.
You know, give me those flowers. We put the flower vase here, put a camera in there.
The camera boom is also wired backwards.
Begin. So listen, when you went through the camera security tapes, you were looking for a guy in a green outfit and a green hood, right?
And what do you want me to look for, a man or no?
Give it back, Kevin. The camera is evidence.
Bloody hell. Is that?
Camera. There is not one. There's a camera on the wall just outside it. How do you know that? I saw it.
I have.
Get the hose down. I look over, and there is a live news camera looking right at me.
Oh no.
Thought there was no traffic camera at 24th and Wabash.
This is 4 blocks south.
Attract.
Attract. Attract.
Attract. Attract.
It means to attract notice or attention.
You don't know how to attract a man, attract a man, attract a man. I do. That's something I always
You just buried my father. I'm not trying to attract a man.
I'm not talking about today, dummy. I'm just saying this is something.
I have a man. All right, I have a man.
We need to make the honey pot to attract the bees. To attract the bees. To attract the bees. To attract the bees, we need to offer them.
You're a good-looking guy. I'm sure you attracted a lot of young ladies. Why bother with porn when you can have the real thing?
Oh, see, it's not the same thing.
They lied about everything. But just because the lies are shocking and they attract a lot of attention, it doesn't necessarily make them true.
Let's not attract attention. The American spooks are relatively civilized. It's the Russians who should be keeping an eye on.
During our run-in with Martin, Clyde and Martin, I was tinkering with something to help attract unbound atmospheric electrons.
Like a grounding?
It's quite funny. I'll admit that if I ever wanted to attract a man, I'd steer clear of those clothes and that hat.
Last read a newspaper. Are you trying to attract my attention ahead of the rest, madam?
North Yorkshire town? Why should we attract any attention?
Well, that's their problem. It doesn't have to be us.
This is insane.
You've obviously done something to attract their attention.
Like what?
People be standing around looking, just walk out. Don't run, that'll attract attention. Just calmly walk out like your business is done there.
Pedestrian.
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 What's he looking at?
Car, pedestrian, car, pedestrian, car, pedestrian.
No. His eye line is too high, right?
Some of us get killed out here. Pedestrians are a menace. Pedestrians are a menace. Pedestrians are a menace. Cabs are killers.
Perform their tricks. They have no respect for drivers, pedestrians, or clearly the law.
She was driving on the sidewalk for 3 blocks and didn't even realize it. And then hit 2 pedestrians.
There are so many options. Maybe a busy pedestrian and traffic intersection in a city.
Fat kid does karate. Homeless man drop kicks a pedestrian. Have you seen this one?
Thank you for asking.
Bro, should we call an ambulance?
Hi. There was a pedestrian child in the street, and in order to avoid killing it, I had to swerve and maneuver onto your sidewalk.
How's that pedestrian doing? You guys ran to Chicago, man.
She coded twice along the way. It's doubtful she'll survive the night.
Deliver.
Deliver. Deliver. Deliver.
Deliver.
Communicates with her. Food, clothing, you name it. I deliver it. I deliver it. I deliver it.
She was gonna drop it off herself, but I said I'd deliver it. I know you don't want stranger looks.
You mean hired the girl to rescue Jan?
And I deliver him to you.
We're not coming back.
What are you gonna do?
There's a letter I gotta deliver.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. I can't deliver the case myself. I deliver the mail to you every morning.
You do?
Yeah.
That's right.
We deliver the killers. Son number 4 goes home, and when Shiki re-ups the contracts, we get favorable consideration.
I'm not.
I delivered him, and they killed him.
Do it! You'll kill everyone here!
If I don't deliver this device to my buyer in Markovia, I'm dead anyway.
The biotransfuser. It can deliver blood from one single patient into multiple patients at once.
I'm Sarab.
Deliver Sarah's killer, or blood will flow in your streets.
I have 48 hours to deliver you.
Or else you're a dead man.
Beneficial.
Beneficial. Beneficial.
Beneficial.
Beneficial.
Actually, we're selling Alice's eggs to sterile mothers. It's beneficial for everybody. Beneficial for everybody. Beneficial for everybody.
We agreed to a mutually beneficial partnership. That's all.
I've heard that moderate drinking is actually beneficial for kidney recipients. Beneficial for kidney recipients. Beneficial for kidney recipients.
Oh, who told you that?
Okay, your turn.
I think this hobby would be more beneficial for you than me, Frank.
I aim to please.
You know, this could be a mutually beneficial relationship.
Oh.
Dissolve into threats, all right? I'm gonna take the high road here and suggest a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Hey, hold up. Now I got what's called a mutual beneficial arrangement in my mind.
Plagues are shores.
Yet your emissaries urged me here to discuss a proposal for a mutually beneficial peace.
What could go wrong? Lermelier approached me with what they called a mutually beneficial arrangement. It was not an offer one could decline, and yet that's precisely what I intended to do.
Prince Charles' disappearance, arguably the least embarrassing outcome for you at this point, becomes mutually beneficial.
It was a beneficial deal for both sides. Losing that merger was bad for business.
Of defeating her is with the squid ink.
Which is why you sent the message through David.
Which would be beneficial if we knew that message would deliver it.
Trap.
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 You think it's a trap? You think it's a trap? You think it's a trap?
I don't know.
Sending her trap for me. Would you like to come? She's taking me to watch the race.
Yeah, you see, it's easy. Your food trap's clogged, that's all.
Oh.
You see this bolt here? You just unscrew this.
The third checkpoint is the trap. Just shaved a little skin off of your leg. Can't even tell it's a trap now.
What went wrong was me accepting this ride from you in this death trap.
You're walking this right into a trap.
Is this a trap?
Of course it's a trap.
Working with him, I know we can trap the real traitor.
I'd love it if you were right about this, but did you ever consider it might be a trap?
He could lead us directly into a trap. Am I in trouble?
So you gonna bring your ass to my trap?
Operation Booby Trap?
Yep, and Tina's gonna be the bait.
The tank was brought on for the first trick and then taken off stage. Borden must have placed it under the trapdoor after the interval.
I'm a trapped compulsive.
I heard rumors, booby traps.
Induce.
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 Let's figure out how to induce.
I will ask the internet right now.
We can induce temporary paralysis. He's in an induced coma. They shot him and left him on the street.
If our previous method was to induce memory by asking, can you recall?
Same way you crop dust a field. Breathing it induces a combination of extreme anger. Induce flavor. Scare the child out. Bingo, got an induced pulse.
7.
I was thinking that if Bivolo uses color to induce the temporary psychosis, maybe we...
Machine on again. It induces theta brainwave frequencies, too.
There's the central nervous system. Induces immediate catatonia with the slightest whisper.
I was taking nitroglycerine for a heart condition induced by that helo crash trauma that he suffered last year.
Intend.
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 I intend to tidy up this grave. I intend to tidy up this grave. I intend to tidy up this grave.
Getting late.
I don't care.
That's it. Yes. Very impressive.
You really intend giving all this away? Intend giving all this away? Intend giving all this away?
I intend to make good on my promise to Sarah. I intend to make good on my promise to Sarah. I intend to make good on my promise to Sarah. And to you.
What kind of musician?
Percussion instruments are my speciality, but tonight I intend to call upon the entire orchestra for this particular event and would be most honored if you could join me.
I don't think so.
You're a little mystery man.
Yes, and since we have a mystery here, I intend to see it through to its conclusion.
What mystery? That you stole a key?
And what if your accuser didn't intend for it to go that far?
And what other outcome could they possibly have intended?
You were leaving before this massacre began. I assume you still intend to leave. But we need you here.
That's a warning I intend to take very seriously. We'll search high and low for the missing kids. You have my word.
That this case has been a shit show from day one and they intend to indict someone. You or Sid, doesn't matter.
Or Nanda Parbat is.
Was she also correct? You intend to torture me for that information?
No.
How nice of you to visit. Exactly how long do you intend to keep me prisoner?
The threat they're up against. Me and my people swore an oath we don't intend to break.
To protect the innocent. To watch out for people.
Suspect.
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 The authorities suspect he stole something, but nothing was missing.
They suspect it was you. They suspect it was you. They suspect it was you. The way I see it, we got two choices. Stay and fight, in which case maybe we win if we can get enough workers to join.
Coincidence? I suspect not. I suspect not. I suspect not.
What are you talking about? What do you mean they're both dead?
What he means, Miss.
It's not what you think.
Why don't you tell me what I'm supposed to think then? Because I see your picture on a wanted sign saying you're a suspect for murder.
Police have a suspect in custody, but are not releasing any information until they complete their investigation.
I merely reclaimed them.
God, if they ever find this place.
I suspect if they do find this place, a few bits of art will be the least of my worries.
But are 4 years old. The bomb that exploded this morning was 4 years old.
Why would the suspect build a bomb and sit on it for 4 years?
Suit and sword came from.
Reach out to Bellevue. They probably admitted our suspect before. He's clearly delusional or psychotic.
We're fine.
And then you sent those postcards to keep your suspect alive.
Let him think that he did it.
Nothing, I suspect. Do you even know what this island really is?
See if she meets with anyone we might be interested in.
She's not a suspect. She's my mother.
All available units. Suspect spotted at Central City train station.
We got snarl.
I suspect the meta is inducing rage via the ocular nerve. Oh, Dr. Wells wants to see you.
Visible. Visible. Visible.
Visible.
Visible.
The world we've left behind so clearly. Of course, most of what's visible to the dead could also be seen by the living.
Poisonous fog.
That's not me. It's William Styron.
William Styron.
Yeah.
Darkness visible. Visible. Visible.
In prison with
Gotti was said to be the most powerful crime figure in America. He was certainly the most visible and the most flamboyant.
My ears hear what others cannot hear. Small, faraway things people cannot normally see are visible to me.
You're not. The vice president is hosting a highly visible conference today. I asked you to be our man on the ground there.
Treatment options are getting better every day. There's no visible mass, so even if the biopsy comes back positive, we've caught it early.
Pituitary damage wouldn't be visible on a CT scan.
Tech just got the plate number off the kidnapper's car.
I thought that the plates weren't visible on the ATM footage.
We tried. There's not enough of the crest visible to identify it.
The seismic bolting is all first rate. There's no visible mold, no dry rot.
Your lack of discipline, your destruction of property. He's given you 2 weeks to show visible improvement, or it's over.
It's amazing how division keeps becoming more visible.
She's 100 times more visible.
has 100 times more enemies. Anyone who knows anything has got to be dealt with.